Alright, so we're going to put the rings on the pistons. The way I like to start is I'll start with the arrow on the piston facing up. Really doesn't matter which way you start, but that's just how I do it. You take the oil ring, and you're going to take the gap of the oil ring and face it towards the middle, like in line with the wrist pin, towards you. You put this oil ring on first because these little thin rings actually go outside of the oil ring and hold it in. So if you put this on last, you wouldn't be able to get it on. You also always want to put the lowest set of rings on first, because if you put the upper set of rings on, you've got to expand the lower sets of, around those, so they'll get in your way. So you start from the bottom and work up. So you take this ring, now that you've got this gap facing the wrist pin with the arrow up, take the whole piston and turn it over upside down. Then you take this ring and you take the gap of this ring, and we're going to line up the gap of this ring with the edge of the skirt of the piston where it starts to go down. And it ain't like an exact measurement, but you want to get it kind of close to there. All right, and then you see how it isn't quite lined up right. We've got to move this ring out and push this one back up. Okay, so now I've got this gap lined up right here. I've got the gap of the oil ring, and see, it did move just a little bit, so it's like right here. That's fine though, as long as it's mostly on this side and that one's mostly towards this side. Take this next one and you do the same thing, but it goes on the top half of the oil ring. And put it right there. All right, so now we've got one gap right there, one gap right there, and then the middle section of the ring, its gap is right there. All right, now this next ring, you're gonna take the side that has the two upper and lower of the oil control rings, you're gonna take that side, the gap of those two, and you're gonna put the second ring on that side, or with the gap facing the wrist pin on that side, so that it's not lined up with any of those gaps. And this particular ring has a marking on it for top. Each ring manufacturer will have different markings for top or bottom, or some of them just don't even have a top and bottom. So we're gonna line this one up like that. Get it put on there. So it's lined up with the wrist pin on this side, but it's not lined up with any of the gaps on this side. Then you're gonna flip the whole piston over again, and you're gonna, this ring, it doesn't have a top or a bottom. And you're gonna put this one 180 degrees out of the other ring. This one's a little stiffer, so it's a little bit more difficult. The main thing you're trying to do here is make sure that none of the gaps line up. So I have the top gap right here, which does not align with the next down ring because it's right here. Then I have the gap of this little thin ring right here, the other gap of the other little thin ring right here, and then the gap of the one in the middle over here. So none of them will ever line up. Now, this is something I don't know the answer to, but I'd love to know the answer to, why it actually matters. Because when you pull an engine apart, these rings can move, and sometimes you'll pull engines apart that have been running with the rings where they are aligned. So it might not even really matter. That's just how the ring manufacturers tell you to do it. Throw all these things away, and then we can punch them in your engine.
Oh, yeah.
Now the reason I'm not wiping this is because it can move the rings around.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if that actually means or does anything, but can you take your hand and squirt a little bit in that cylinder? I like that. Just a little, not a ton, just a little. That'll do it.
Dabble, do you?
Mm-hmm. Now, if you notice, we're using different lube on this than we did on the things.
Mm-hmm.
You probably could have used the grease, but he bought some more of that lube, and that's a little better, I think, to use on the pistons than the grease. I don't think the grease would have not worked, but we have this, so I might as well use it.
Mm-hmm.
So put that on there. It's going to have to be adjusted just a little tighter. Yeah, when Ricky first showed me this, I thought in my head, I was like, there's no way in hell that this is going to work at all. But it fucking does.
That's weird. It definitely looks weird.
Yeah, it looks like it. Like, when he shows me, I was like, there's no way. Like, he's going to... What the hell is this guy saying? He'll never be able to convince me this is going to work, but it fucking did. Man, too tight. I made her too tight. Can you hold that for a second? Alright. Now let's try it.
Round 3.
See, that ain't gonna work. It's either too tight or... Oh, I can do this. That's right. I forgot I can tighten it this way, too. I still don't know if that's going to work. Let me try loosening it on the next tighter setting. Hold up for a second. There she is. That's going to be it right there. All right. So that's the front of the engine, so I need to do this one. I don't think that. I thought on LSs these stayed in the rod cap, but maybe not. Evidently not, because I just fell fucking right out. So I'm gonna need you to probably help guide this with your hand. Also, the crank, see how it's kind of in where it's gonna hit the crank? Turn the crank over so it's away from it. Like that. So, now what I'm doing over here, if you look, is I'm making sure the tool is flat on the deck surface. So the tool's flat, which means it's square on the piston. Then I'm gonna take the end of this, I'm gonna try and tap it in. Now it might not work, we'll see. Ow! Look at that.
Say, who's your daddy?
Oh yeah. Make this piston my bitch. Alright, I'm gonna put a little bit of other lubes on this part. You gotta use all the
lubes.
all the different
You gotta mix them.
kinds. Oh yeah.
We should just make like a witch's potion and just every single lubed surface when we build the engine on the sand.
Oh
on the
dude,
beach.
we actually have a bunch of 305 blocks we've been given that are like complete engines. I told Ricky, I was like, these are gonna be my test engines.
Yeah.
We're
gonna
up
do
doing
it.
Weird ass shit. So I'm gonna go on the beach by my grandfather's house before he sells it and build an engine.
We need to like actually put it in a car on the beach too.
Oh, that'd be even better. Yeah. Put it in a truck like while we're on the beach.
Yeah.
Sorry, turtles.
Can't worry about oil dry or we'd be all around it.
Damn it! I guess it doesn't matter.
Oh. Screw the EPA.
More like the... We call ourselves the BPA because it's fucking BP oil spill. Alright. Let's see if I can cut my finger off.
Yeah, so how you're supposed to get it through the hole. You want to Make sure it's flat.
All right, and then you use the butt of the hammer, and you oh. Then you get their friend on this other side, and you get a little
Picky do. I have it right here.
Oh, you do? Okay, yeah. And you pick her up while the other person pushes her in.
Picky do.
A little lower. There we go. Let's actually turn the... Here, I'm going to push in on it while you turn the crankshaft to turn it this way so that this comes... Actually, I might be able to do both. Is it moving the... It is, damn it. Oh, let me fix that. It's moving the bearing and not the... I was hoping it would move the piston. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'm just stupid. Hold on.
I think it was fine.
I think it was fine. I'm just dumb. Yeah, I'm just
I
dumb.
see
Well,
that.
while I got it pushed off there, go ahead and move the crank to where it's like facing away from it. Other way. Yeah, there you go. Right there. That's good. Where does it hang now? Now I'm gonna put the cap on. Bust the cap up in here.
What's cap?
This movie's so good, I gotta bust a cap up in here.
Pistons.
He has a piston cup. He did what in his cup?
They did what in his cup?
Alright, let's go ahead and tighten both of those. This is already set to the right amount. I'm actually not going to go all the way with it. I'm just going to snug them. Now that I think about it for a second.
Nice and snuggly.
Lily texted me and said she's off work, by the way, so she's going to
Nice.
drop by here and drop off the rest of our junk.
Wait. Are we gonna be able to just put that cam in, or do we have to wait for Ricky to?
I can actually polish it.
Okay.
Like I know how.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't necessarily have to wait for Ricky on that. But I do think we may have to do those. I don't know if we're going to have time to get every single thing done.
That's what I was gonna say too, because it's
But-
already almost 6.
But, shit. I had to be here at least long enough for those two guys to get here so I could give them their stuff.
Yeah. No, not even that we're wasting time, because obviously we're doing something, but
Yeah, no, we'll.
No
I'm
change.
at least gonna get the pistons and the cam in and everything is my plan.
mm-hmm.
Like if we'll do everything but the heads, is what I'd like to do. Because that would mean that all I gotta do is put the heads together and
Then do the timing cover stiff.
yeah. We'll see. We'll see what we get to.
Mm.
that nice like
Oh yeah.
squirtage it did
Yeah.
there.
I thought I hit you in the face. I was waiting for it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I always got white stuff flying in my face.
Who's your daddy?
You never know. Alright, You want to
Make sure you don't get it on anything.
Yeah, you don't want to get the lube on anything but what you're trying to lubricate.
Yeah, it's a clean work environment, everybody.
Yeah, otherwise your engine will blow up 100% of the time. This is a good example of how you do it.
Blows up 100% of the time, 10% of the time.
10% of the time, 100% of the time, 100% of the time. What I can't wait for is when you try the sand engine and it works perfectly fine. Everyone's like, oh.
Should we move this?
Yep, that's exactly what I was about to tell you.
Oh, yeah, I almost
just punch
just
you in the
slapped
face,
you.
Yeah, be careful not to pinch yourself.
Yeah,
Really, you
boy.
can go either way with
Okay.
it. Actually, I would go that way because, like, I would go the other direction. Because it's gonna. Yep.
Human.
I'm a starter. Alright, you ready? And see, that's an example of when it goes wrong. So it got stuck. Now we gotta back her up, pull her out a little bit, put this thing back on there.
Yep.
Okay, let me make sure I didn't mess up nothing. I don't think I did, but we're gonna look and just verify. Alright, well, I think everything's good. We just gotta try again. I think I know what I did. I don't think I got it fully flat when I did that step last time, is why it didn't work.
There you go.
Now it did it. Okay, now you pick her right up and I'll push her in. Little hair. And just a little tip for you guys, if you don't have a second person to help you with this, put my hand right in front of the camera. You can take two like wooden chopstick things and stick through these holes on the rod and keep it from, like, that way if they're long enough they'll hold it in a line with the crankshaft so you don't have to worry about messing something up or scarring it or some crap like that. That's what we did with my other engine, and we even actually had people to help me. We just did it that
Double
way.
caution.
We were scared. Do it again. That one's kind of stiff. Ricky told me that that sometimes happens, and it's just,
How it is.
I guess. I'll take his word for it. He's won one or two more of these. than
It
we have.
is what it is. Mm-hmm.
You gotta talk to it real nice, like. too.
Yep.
Oh yeah. You gonna slide right in there, piston.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Gonna go home.
Just like that. You know what I love about girls in high school? I keep getting older and they stay the same age. You never heard that?
No.
It's Matthew McConaughey. I can't remember what he says that for. You know what I love about high school girls? I keep getting older and they stay the same age.
That's horrible. A pedophile.
It's okay because he's famous.
Yeah. You can't get in trouble.
Mm. make sure you get some grease on the outside of your engine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want it to be too clean now.
Yeah. Like this.
You know us.
Make sure it's externally greased.
Well, see, that keeps it from rust. You know, your engine will stay clean forever.
Here's your little,
Yeah, I'm just trying to get it started. Because that actually worked pretty good last time by accident. I kind of forgot about that trick.
The key is to scratch the inside of the circle, right?
Mm-hmm. You want to leave as deep and as nasty a grooves as possible.
Mm-hmm. That way the oil has a spot to flow.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Okay. You're a natural with this, I'm telling you. You just know.
We're not even going to use this that time. We're just going to send it.
Slam it in there.
Yeah.
We're
going to go get the big hammer.
Did I tell you about those kids that kind of did that?
No.
Which you can put an engine together the way I'm about to tell you, but there's one of the axles I bought, you know, that I got convinced, so how I convinced like 7 people to drop these like really heavy axles off to me and only paid them like half of what they wanted for them. I don't know. They really wanted to get rid of them, I guess. Anyway, they get there and I was telling them how I work at a machine shop and they're like, oh really, we were just putting an engine together. And he's like, yeah, we broke all the rings though. I was like, how'd you do that? And they said they were trying to hold them in with a screwdriver as they pushed them in. Which you can, like, sometimes in a pinch you can do that, but like, obviously it's not a good idea. Just crank it a little bit. But yeah, no, I thought that was funny. I was like, are you kidding me? They didn't even know that like these things existed. Like, you know.
I just figured that's how you were supposed to.
Yeah, they didn't know there was like a ring compressor was a tool. Because they were like, yeah, were you doing it without a ring compressor? And I was like, why are you doing that? He goes, I didn't know you needed one. Like, what do you mean? He goes, I didn't think that was like a thing. I thought you just had to figure it out.
Yep.
That part, okay. It's just being a little difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Let me clamp it a little further down. That's what I was meaning by like this cylinder. I probably didn't get it as chamfered as the others. This is a situation where sometimes you have to use a screwdriver if you can't get it to work right. I'm gonna have you help me push down right there too. While I push down right
Push
here.
where? Here?
Right there. And then we're gonna.
Yeah.
Okay, we got that down.
Crisis averted.
All right, guide her on there. It'll rotate itself the right direction in a minute. Let me get it. There we go.
Beautiful.
A little tap, tap, tap. Piston. Got it? Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Yeah, we're gonna have to kind of. It's because it's. There we go. Now it's in there. The rod is siding ways. Here, let me figure out how I want to adjustmate that.
The bearing moved just a little bit.
Oh, that much. When we go to tighten it, it'll reposition itself.
Okay. Gotta get your bearings.
Mm-hmm. You don't want to lose bearing of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I gotta put this part on still.
No.
Piston in. Yep, there you go. You got it. Up a little higher. Hold up. There it goes. Now is the bearing still kind of in the right? Yeah, it is. We're torquing them to 42 foot-pounds. That's what my boss recommended. But I do want to look it up. I think 45 is what it said. 42 is hell. To be honest with you, these torque wrenches like this aren't accurate enough to even know the difference between 45 and 42. Hopefully it still turns over. Nice and easy too. That's a good sign. Should get a little harder when we tighten these to turn over. Not like a ton, but a little bit. Oh God. Don't do that to me now, Bolt. Okay, that's not good.
Trying to round itself.
Let me do it. Try a different socket. A little bigger socket will work better on that one. It's not even the one that I was worried about. I was worried about that other one. It was. That's a little tighter. I was gonna say it was almost tight enough anyway. I think I already got these, but yep. Only other thing I just realized that I haven't seen, but it might be in that box of parts that Lily brought, is the windage tray in that little plate. If not, I know that I actually think I have one at my house, and probably Chuck has 385 million of them, I bet.
Yeah.
I have the one that my Caprice sent a rod through. We could like bend it back the right way. It'll be nostalgic.
Let's do it. Then it'll never blow up.
Yeah, no shit. Alright, now let's wipe it down. Get another clean towel and we'll wipe down the Pistons.